The floodlights are blazing across Europe. The anthem is echoing through football's grandest stadiums, and the tension of history can be felt in every corner of the night. Greetings, football family. Welcome back to another video. I am Siddhan Shetty, but you can call me Sid. This is Siddhan Studio, where we are not just talking about a tournament, we are stepping into the ultimate battlefield of football greatness. Witness the electrifying theater of the UEFA Champions League, a ruthless coliseum where reputations are immortalized, where the continent's elite collide under suffocating pressure, and where glory and heartbreak are separated by the finest of margins. Guys, if you followed my previous coverage of the Champions League quarterfinals, you know we witnessed absolute elite level tactical warfare. But what followed in the semifinals was absolute football cinema. The giants trembled, tactical masterminds collided, and the road to Europe's ultimate crown has reached its emotional climax. We have our two finalists. The date is locked, and today we are breaking down pure, unfiltered football drama. Let's talk about the quarterfinal fallout. Cast your eyes across the continent because the path to the final has been nothing short of a roller coaster. The return fixture of the quarterfinals completely shattered expectations. Let's look at the quarterfinal scoreboards. Bayern Munich versus Real Madrid 6-4. Paris Saint-Germain versus Liverpool ended 4-0. Barcelona versus Atletico de Madrid 2-3. Arsenal versus Sporting CP 1-0. Think back to the absolute goal fest where Bayern Munich went toe-to-toe with the undisputed kings of Europe, Real Madrid, eliminating Los Blancos in a staggering 6-4 aggregate thriller to shock the footballing world. Meanwhile, Luis Enrique's Paris Saint-Germain made an absolute statement, blowing away Liverpool with a ruthless 4-0 aggregate masterclass. Over in Spain, Diego Simeone's Atletico de Madrid showed their trademark grit, stunning Barcelona 3-2 on aggregate in a heavyweight domestic clash, while Mikel Arteta's Arsenal delivered a defensive masterclass, grinding out a flawless 1-0 aggregate victory over a stubborn Sporting CP to punch their ticket to the Final Four. But then, the stakes exploded to another level entirely. The semi-finals delivered some of the most emotionally charged football Europe has witnessed in years. It began with the jaw-dropping heavyweight clash between Paris Saint-Germain and Bayern Munich. The first leg was pure chaos, a breathtaking 5-4 thriller that instantly entered the conversation as one of the most explosive Champions League matches in history. Every transition looked deadly. Then came the return leg. Bayern threw absolutely everything forward in desperation, but PSG held firm. Despite the grueling battle, PSG's transition machine barely outlasted the Bavarian Giants to book their ticket to the final with a staggering 6-5 aggregate victory. But on the other side of the bracket, Arsenal's incredible European run faced a historic hurdle against Atletico de Madrid. After a brutal physical first leg, the pressure shifted entirely to North London. Inside a roaring Emirates Stadium, the Gunners showed true championship steel. Under immense psychological pressure, Mikel Arteta's men secured a hard-fought victory, sealing a 2-1 aggregate triumph. This sends Arsenal into their first Champions League final in exactly 20 years, since that heartbreaking night in 2006. The Arteta project has finally reached its biggest stage. Now, the dust has settled and the ultimate battlefield is officially set. Mark your calendars for Saturday, 30th May 2026. The magnificent Puskás Arena in Budapest will host the UEFA Champions League final, and the Hungarian capital is already preparing for a footballing invasion. The storylines could not be bigger. Paris Saint-Germain are looking to establish a true European dynasty, having finally captured their historic first ever UCL title last season in 24-25. They are back in the final for a second consecutive year, hunting for back-to-back continental glory. Arsenal are chasing the one major European trophy that has always escaped them, with Mikel Arteta standing just 90 minutes away from delivering the greatest European night in football history. Now, this final is a fascinating collision between two completely different footballing ideologies. To understand who conquers Europe, we need to examine exactly how these two sides match up. Now, Tactical breakdown. PSG versus Arsenal. Let's start with Paris Saint-Germain under Luis Enrique. Their greatest weapon is devastating transitional speed and an aggressive high press. Ousmane Dembele and PSG's explosive front line possess terrifying vertical pace capable of punishing mistakes in a split second. Now, let's talk about the man of the moment, Kavica Kvaratskhelia. He has been absolute lightning on this road to Budapest, tearing defenses apart with 3 goals against Chelsea and another 2 against Bayern Munich in that semi-final thriller. In fact, Milan legend Clarence Seedorf recently called him the best player in the world right now. And looking at his form, it's going to be hard to argue. Topping him is going to be Arteta's absolute biggest headache. The midfield rhythm is dictated by Vitinha, whose press resistance allows them to rapidly shift gears. However, Bayern exposed an important weakness in the semis. PSG can show defensive instability under sustained chaotic pressure and psychological overloads inside the penalty area. Now look at Arsenal under Mikel Arteta. Their system focuses entirely on control, patience, and arguably the best out-of-possession structure in Europe. Luis Enrique himself openly described Arsenal as the world's best team out of possession. The defensive shape is narrow, compact, and suffocating. Protecting that mid-block structure is Declan Rice, whose elite ability to destroy transitions and break up counter-attacks will be the ultimate antidote to PSG's speed and Kvaratskhelia lethal runs. But Arsenal's greatest challenge may not be tactical, it may be psychological. Unlike the defending champions from Paris, who now have the experience of winning on the stage, this young Arsenal core has never experienced a Champions League final together. Managing the emotional intensity of football's biggest club match will be absolutely crucial. PSG thrive in chaos. Arsenal thrive in control. PSG wants transitions and open space. Arsenal wants structure, patience, and defensive discipline. It is footballing chess at the absolute highest level. Will PSG retain their crown and firmly establish their era over Europe, or will Arteta's young gunners rewrite history under the lights of Budapest? We are just days away from a footballing masterpiece. Now I want to hear from you, the heartbeat of this game. Drop your boldest predictions and exact scorelines in the comments below. Let's ignite the debate across the football world. Hit that subscribe button, smash the notification bell, and keep it locked right here to Sidan Studio. Until the next whistle blows, I'm Sid. Here we go.